If you woke up this morning wondering why no one has ever compared the Ryobi 40-volt leaf blower with the Ryobi 18-volt leaf blower, then today is your lucky day, my friend. Because I'm going to run both of these right in front of you and tell you what I like about both and what I don't like about both. Which actually I like more about both than don't like. I've owned the 18-volt for about 3 years. It came in the same box with my 18-volt string trimmer. And I used the crap out of it. I really like it. If you read reviews on it at like Home Depot, and well, that's really about it because that's the only place you can buy it. There's a lot of people that will give it bad reviews because they say it doesn't last very long. Well, you know, it's battery operated and it's a lightweight unit, and it's worked really good for me for the 3 years. I did have one issue with it. There's kind of like a guide ring that's attached to the fan blade inside the unit, and that broke. It just completely came apart and was rattling around in there, and I thought this unit was done for. And you can't get spare parts for it. You just have to buy a whole brand new thing. So I took it apart, removed all the pieces that had fallen off, screwed it back together, and it's actually been working just as good ever since. So I was kind of mad, and then I kind of was like less mad. Anyhow, I have both batteries for these units. I got the smaller and the bigger. I can with the big battery for the 18-volt, I can do my whole patio and the sidewalk all the way around the house. My patio is, I want to say 60 by about 20, so that's pretty good space. My mom has the same unit. She can do her whole driveway. Her driveway's got to be about 100 by 30, so you get really good performance out of it with the lithium batteries. If you're trying to run this thing with the NiCads, it's just terrible. I don't even use those anymore. I've actually had these same batteries for 3 years, and they still work fantastic. I just got the 40-volt recently, and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. There's some things that I'm not fully jazzed about. One thing is it's quite a bit heavier than the 18-volt, and that's probably largely to do with the battery, but it's pretty beefy even without the battery. The trigger to start it is right here, so you have to depress the trigger the whole time to operate it. Not really a big deal, but I did a test with it just before this video to see how long the battery would run, and if you're running it for a long time, it gets to kind of be not so great. This one just has a switch that flips on and stays on, and you flip it off. So that works out pretty good. I think I actually like that a little bit better. Although the switch is like right underneath your hand, which makes it easy to turn on and off, but every once in a while you bump it when you're using it and turn it off accidentally on yourself. Oh, I'm going to do a little performance test for you. I got my fire pit right here, and I got some leaves in here. That's about the only thing I have to blow around in the yard. That sawdust pile is pretty wet. I don't know if I'll get anything to lift off of that or not, but I'll stick batteries in here. Now, one thing I do like about the 40-volt better than the 18-volt is the battery system. This battery slides in and out so easy. It just goes in and out like that. And this is hard to grip, especially with the big battery, because it takes your whole hand. Of course, I got little tiny girl hands, so that's my problem, I guess. Let me see if I'm aimed up good here. Alrighty. First 18-volt. Unfortunately, this is pretty wet. I don't know if it's giving it a good show or not. And now for the significantly heavier. I swear this thing weighs like at least twice as much. I haven't actually weighed them, but it just feels like it. Those leaves are pretty wet and mashed down. I'm going to kick them up a little bit and see if I can't get something to fly. Like tossing salad. not the best test ever. This unit is quite a bit louder, but you would expect that because it's blowing a lot more air. When you feel it, when you turn it on, you can really feel it. Like when I hit this switch, you can actually feel it torque in your hand. This one, not so much. This one actually got a lot louder when I took the part out of it that was broken. But all in all, I don't know, I'll probably still use this quite a bit just because it's so much lighter. If I got to do some heavy stuff, I'll probably use this. I might use them both at the same time, who knows, it's nice you can blow stuff around. Anyhow, that's my review on these two guys. I like them both. Huge advantage over, say, a corded electric blower is you're not dragging a cord around. They're not anywhere near as powerful as a 110 operated device, but I mean, you know, 110 volts versus 40 volts versus 18 volts, you know, the math is pretty self-explanatory there. Way less noisy than a gas powered blower, and it's so convenient. You just slap a battery in it and go. If you got wet stuff or like an elm tree that drops those little helicopter deals down, I haven't tried the 40 volt on it. The 18 volt, it's just not powerful enough to blow that stuff around. You got to get the electric blower, the 110 blower or a gas blower to do something like that. As far as runtime goes, just before I did this video, I put the small battery inside the 40 volt unit, and just to give you kind of a comparison, this one is 24 watt hours, this one is 45, the small 40 volt is 55, and the large 40 volt is 93.5 watt hours. I ran this thing for 10 continuous minutes, and then I got bored with it, so I just decided to hit the power button, and you can see I'm down at the lowest setting, so I just about drained this puppy out at 10 full minutes. But I gotta tell you, that's a long time standing there with a blower. I know this battery, which is pretty close capacity wise, really runs a long time too. I can easily get 10 minutes out of that, and you know, if you just do the math, you should get closer to 20 minutes with the larger battery. So that's a lot of time blowing. Anyhow, I like them both pretty well. I just got to get used to this one yet. It's really heavy, or it's not as heavy as like a gas blower, but it seems heavy compared to this guy right here, which actually kind of feels flimsy now that I hold them next to each other. But if you're considering getting either one of these two units, if you already own the 18 volt system, you can usually find those pretty cheap, and I like it a lot. And if you already own the 40 volt, same thing, I would go ahead and get it. Anyhow, thanks for watching.